What's up, guys? This is White Sammy, and I've been making emblems for the past couple of days for you guys on YouTube. And a lot of you have asked me how I make them, and you know, I show you in my videos, and I try as best I can. I mean, certain ones like Stewie and Bender, and those profile emblems are fairly difficult to pull off if you've never tried. And the problem that I come across of the most of the time is getting it down to where it has the most detail to it. Now, I can sit and make a really crappy Pikachu. You know, just make a circle, throw some eyes on it, you know, put some ears on it, and you know, the little blushes on the side, and I can call it Pikachu. But what I strive to do, and what also makes me fail pretty hard most of the time, is that I want to make it so it's irrefutably Pikachu. You look at it, you know it. As soon as you see it, you know exactly what it is. For example, if you look up in the top of the screen right now, you can see my Gears of War cog emblem. Now, I outdid myself when I made this. I'm not trying to brag, but honestly, that looks from this angle, like from this distance, exactly like the one that is that's in Gears of War. And I pride myself on it, and so for the time being, until I find one that I think I can do and I can show off a lot more that no one else has, that I've seen so far, that I want to keep as my own, I'm going to keep this this Gears cog. So for the time being, it might be for a while, as long as I have, you know, this game, that I'm never gonna showcase how to make my Gears of War cog. If I ever do, I'll let you guys know. But right now, I'm going to show you my oldest, the one I just had before the cog as my personal. I've been holding off posting my Big Bird for a while now, because that was the one I was using for the longest time. Before that was my Hello Kitty, and so now I'm going to show you how to make my Big Bird. And it pretty much starts off all the same. Every one of the Sesame characters use the exact same base. Whatever it's called, base layer, and that would be, if you find the What's It, it's on page 17. You get the What's It. Now the Big Bird that I did, the one that I found online, is he has his head slightly tilted to the side, about a 45-degree angle. And the weird thing about Big Bird is, even though he has a massive head, all of his facial features are in the bottom right of the image. Let me pull it up real quick. Gotta pull it up online so I know what I'm looking at. Now, you know, you go to Google, and if you're listening to this right now, you can just search up Google real quick, and the very first image that pops up is he's holding a flower. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select that, and I'm gonna bring it up to where it makes it a little bit bigger. And so, as we can see, is he has those pupils in the very center of this What's It. But I don't like those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them right there, and I'm just going to completely ignore them. I'm going to change the color to a better yellow. Now the thing about Big Bird is he's not like a yellow, and he's not a gold. You know what I mean? He's somewhere in between, a little bit dirtier but bright at the same time. So I'm just going to stick with, he's almost like this color yellow. A little bit paler, actually. He's somewhere in between these two. But you know, Treyarch and their infinite wisdom, they don't give us a brown color. They give us whatever these are. It's like some dirt, like some red dirt, something like that. I'm actually gonna go with this one. It's a little bit more of a darker. I might change it later, but we'll just stick with this. Next, we're gonna do is we're gonna grab and we're gonna start making his eyes. The thing about Big Bird's eyes is that even though they're in the center of his face, it doesn't look like they're in the center of his face because of how it's proportioned. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab these and we're going to make them, actually we're going to go blue. And the reason we're going to go blue is we're going to add some definition to his eyes. Like every single one of the Sesame Street characters, they have some kind of outlining on their eyes that make them look a little bit more cartoony. We're just going to copy and bring it over. And we don't really worry about the size right now, we can always fix that. I want to try to get it lined up exactly where his face is, or where his beak is, actually. My bad. Sorry about that, guys. And you don't want to. Don't worry about these these holes. We'll fix that in a second. That only takes one layer to solve, so we don't have to rush and worry about that. So you want to try to get his eyes in the center of his face and spread out a little bit, right about there. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy that again, and we're going to change it to white, if I can go the right direction. We're just going to shrink it a little bit, and now it looks like he has set eyes. You see what I'm talking about? How it has that little bit of an outline around it? Right about there. Which one's this? There we go. One thing I've been having trouble with is YouTube. When I make these, I listen to music. If you hear in the background, it's my iPod playing. And if a whole song plays and there's nothing interrupting it or nothing drowning it out, YouTube picks up on it. And what they do is they somewhat censor it. Oh, crap! Didn't want to do that. And they censor it, so people in Germany or whatnot, even though they can see it, like, people can't hear it. So if you're from Germany and you can't see one of my videos, you can always go to my Justin.tv page, and it has an archive of all the ones I've made and uploaded. Alright, now we're gonna make his beak. We're gonna make the top part of his beak, and if you notice on the pic that I chose, he has it's almost like a circle. So actually, what different what I did from the first time I'm gonna try with a circle. We're gonna experiment here for a little bit and just show you how when I'm making these, I'm pretty indecisive. Now, right about actually, this really isn't it's really not the right size. So actually, I'm gonna move his eyes up a little bit. It's gonna look a little different. We're going to put him right, so we're going to raise him up just a smidgen. And this circle is going to cut his eyes off just slightly. And we're going to shrink it down just a little bit. We're going to make it orange. Even though in the picture that's white, it's yellow, we're going to make it more of an orangish. Let's see, where's the best one? We'll go with this color, orange. Yep, alright. Now we're going to go with the triangle. It's up in the top right of page 19. And we're going to angle it down. And what we're going to do is we're going to match it up right with his beak. And we're going to move it up a little bit. And we're going to color. We're going to make it that same orange color. Whoops, on my target. There we go. Just gonna fit right inside of that circle. Actually, we want to put this below the circle. Now we're gonna make that triangle again, and we're gonna make this version of the triangle. We're gonna make it red. Whoops, my bad. It needs to be on top. And the thing about this is it's just an outline. It's a mere outline. So we're going to copy it again. And we're going to make this one a lighter shade. I'll shrink it again. Let's go with a... So the weird thing is, like, the color palette they give you, it's really not that decent. I don't like this. I don't see really an order to the way that they made this color palette. I understand it goes like red to purple to blue. It's kind of like along the Roy G. Biv, but I don't see how it goes from this red to the orange and then to white and then black and then orange and yellow again. It's not continual. I think it should go, from blue to purple to black to red, and then around in that kind of a circle. We're just gonna stick with this color. Gonna match it up right there. Now, even though in the picture, it's all rounded and whatnot, we don't have the layers. We do not have the layers to make it fit. So now we're gonna go ahead and add his pupils. So we're gonna go find those circles. We're gonna dupe them again. And we're gonna shrink them and put them right at the top, right about there. stupid again and put it in the middle. You don't want to make them look cross-eyed, but you want to kind of put them towards the center. Now, this is the part where, see, we didn't use that center section of center eye, so we're going to go over and we're going to grab a rectangle. Doesn't matter which rectangle, they all cover the spot. And you're going to put them below everything, except for the what's it, and you're going to change to the yellow that we picked. Now I'm looking at this, and I don't like this. In my opinion, it doesn't look right. His mouth just doesn't look right in my opinion. It doesn't look like a beak, even though it's true to the picture. I don't approve of it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this circle, if I can find it. I'm going to take this circle, I'm going to delete this circle, and I'm going to go find it in an oval. And I want, can't speak. I'm going to go with a medium oval. I'm trying to remember how I did this. Oh, that's right. I want to pull these triangles down below. I'm gonna pull the move them up. Bump. This is a medium, yeah. This is the medium oval, and now it almost looks like his beak is overshadowing his tongue, which is the kind of the outline that we want to go for. And let's angle his tongue so it's in the middle again. Reduce its size a little bit, and this is more along the lines of what we wanted. See how it looks like from the angle you're looking at, his beak is cutting off his mouth and part of his tongue. So what we want to do again is, I don't really like this medium oval, so I'm going to go back and we're going to get the smaller oval. We're going to drop it down and put it right on top. Try to line it up just right with the rest of the face. Oh, that's a little bit too big. Change it back to the right color orange. This makes his nose look a little bit more pointed, in my opinion, which is what I was looking for in the first place. Even though it's not a circle, as the picture indicates. Hold on, I'm concentrating. Even though it's not a circle like the picture indicates, I still feel like this pulls it off a little bit more. I don't agree with his eyes, so I'm gonna change those again. I don't know, it bugs me. It's about right. Now, what you want to go for is, you want to make it to where your player card looks like what you're trying to get it to look like from a distance. You don't want to try to get it to where it's perfect, unless you can. I mean, if you can do it in a certain amount of layers and you can get it perfect to where, like, if you brought up and you go to select the layers and it looked amazing up close, you know, that's good. But if you can get it close enough to where on the bottom, you see the bottom left, if you can get it to look like what it's supposed to look like on that bottom, that should be good enough. It does not have to be perfect in the expanded view. And I can honestly say that I'm satisfied with this. So I'm gonna keep it, but I'm not actually, because I have my Gears of War emblem. So I hope you guys like this. If you can, just you can go ahead and rate, comment, and subscribe to the video. I'm gonna have more of it later up this weekend. Probably upload them on Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. I'm probably gonna work pretty much all day tomorrow making emblems on the live stream on Justin.tv. / El Blanco underscores El Blanco Nino, and I'll put a description and all that stuff. I'll put a link in the description and all that good stuff.